What up, YouTube? TwoToBase boys here. I'm here with Gabe. We're gonna go through some spoilers that just popped up in our feed not that long ago on the FFG Twitter or X, whatever you call it these days. Um, Gabe, what do you think of the leader? So, how do you pronounce it? You want to give it a first shot?
I'm gonna. I don't know everything about how to pronounce stuff. But I'm gonna say that's Kazuda Ziono.
Kazuda Ziono sounds great.
Yeah,
His ability is insane. He deploys on 4. You want to go through the card? We'll pull up on screen
yeah.
actually.
Let me pull this up a little bit.
I'll pull it up on my screen as well so we can kind of go through it. I've got their video pulled up on Twitter, but I paused it. Or actually, no, I still have the actually got the image pulled up. Let me blow it up.
All right, I got it too.
Cool. So we're on the leader unit side.
Okay. So deploys for 4 on ground 2/5. As on attack abilities, choose any number of friendly units. They lose all abilities for this round. And on the deploy side in space as an upgrade on a space unit, its attached unit is a leader unit. It gains on attack, choose any number of friendly units. They lose all abilities for this round. He's +3/+3, which on 4 is kind of silly.
And then on his leader side, I'll pull that up real quick. Oh, actually, I don't think it's showing on the screen. I'll actually have to play it through the video. Hold on. Oh, that was loud. Okay, so his leader side, you just tap it. A friendly unit loses all abilities for this round. Take 1 extra action after this one. Couple cards come to mind. So you mentioned bounties, like any unit that has a built-in bounty that has a negative effect, such
Yeah.
such as
So
like Val. Um,
fugitive Wookiee is what I was thinking of because it goes with his card, like his aspect.
okay,
So it's a two. He gets a 2 cost 3/3, just inladen with his leader. With the aspects that we get already from him.
mm-hmm.
We've also obviously got the new other cards that were spoiled. We got the 3 cost 4/5, the stolen AT hauler that
Okay.
was spoiled already. Um, and we've got so many different cards that have a negative ability. I mean, now I'm thinking about it, mercenary gunship as well, like the Merc gunship. You can turn that ability off so your opponents can't steal it.
That's really
Like
good.
yeah, there's a lot that this leader can do, and the fact that he deploys so early, and the fact that his ability is on ground or space, you can turn off all those negative effects. Like he's gonna have a lot of very strong units coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think other units like Dr. Evazan, I don't know if he would even go in here because he's villainy actually, so he wouldn't count. But there's plenty that I can think of that would benefit. And then there's also like the action economy part of him as a leader, just being able to like have a soft pass ability. Even I mean, I think you'd be able to. Would you be able to use it if you didn't have units that didn't have
I mean,
abilities or?
I think it would be do as much as you can. So yeah, I believe you can do that. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a unit out at all times with this guy because we have a lot of these stat sticks that have a negative effect.
Mm-hmm. And he's got resistance tag, and we know that that might be relevant in this set. Pretty cool. Um, I'll actually pull up. Let me pull up a couple of the cards. I know they previewed some cards. Here we go. Let's
There they
see.
are.
Fireball. We're already seeing cards that were previewed right after they spoiled the leader, so obviously gonna be able to work with it. You see, there's a negative effect here. So when the regroup phase starts, we're dealing 1 damage to him. But if you're using his ability, the leader, what's his name again? It's gonna take me a few times to remember
Yeah,
it.
Kazuda,
Kazuda or Kazuda.
Kazuda,
I
yeah.
don't recognize him from anything. He's probably in either a comic or one of the animated TV
I think
shows.
he's in Resistance,
Okay.
the Resistance TV show on Disney Plus.
Yep. So deal 1 damage to this unit. So if you're using his ability when the regroup phase starts, So and then, there's a question that was going on in the Florida Discord with using his ability the turn prior. Will it still happen in the regroup phase?
So the regroup phase happens after the action phase, and it's in the same round. So action phase happens at the beginning of the round, and then at
Yeah.
the end of the round is the regroup phase.
Well, they
That's
wouldn't.
what starts the new round.
Yeah, and they wouldn't spoil a
So
card with the leader if that wasn't the case. So.
yeah, so that's how it works. It also works the same with the Millennial Falcon piece of junk, the 3 cost legendary Falcon.
Hmm.
So if you used Kazuda's ability on the Falcon will not bounce to hand, and you don't have to pay the 1.
That and already we know in these color schemes, Falcon's going to be one of the main ones. So now Falcon
Yeah, that's
essentially with
very
this leader
interesting.
can be played for free, without
Yeah,
having to pay the fee.
yeah, yep.
Um,
And this
all,
card alone right here, like Fireball.
I guess in a scenario where like you're doing damage to trade out with the Falcon, you'd want to bounce, so you wouldn't want to use that ability. So maybe early game you're not.
It's yeah,
It's there if you
yeah,
need
it's up
it.
to you.
Um, also there if you just want a soft pass. I wonder if you're able to use his ability without actually having a unit out. Oh, I keep pressing play on the video.
You probably could. You have to. I mean, you do all that you can, but his action isn't reliant on having units out. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do all you can. So I think that you can just soft pass like that. But I mean, I don't think you would want to soft pass with this kind of a leader because of the action economy he provides. Because eventually, when you get to the 4 resource turn, you can actually use his ability to take away the ability of a space unit like Fireball and then deploy immediately after by taking that epic action.
Yeah, it's so
And
good.
yeah, and then deploy right into that. And then his stats are +3/+3. So you turn a Falcon into like a 6/7, or you turn this Fireball into a taking any damage. Um, since then, I mean, just Fireball alone, and like real quick, if you can move over to Fireball,
Oh,
he he kills everything. Like literally just by himself, a 3/3 ambush in space. Like you kill A wings, you kill red threes, you kill the Y wings. Like you kill literally just every turn one play Sabine has in space. It just dies. Only thing that this doesn't kill is like a turn one Falcon from
yep.
pawn, and even then it's if you have Luke, somebody said earlier, like this works with Luke as well because it's a fighter. So if a fighter attacked, Luke can ping. So
Yep.
even if they do turn one Falcon, you can just throw a fireball
Ambush
into it
ping.
and then yep,
Ambush ping. Not bad at all for a
exactly.
2 cost card, man. And it's an uncommon.
Absolutely.
Obviously, going to be best played in the leader we just showed, so Kazuda. But exciting nonetheless. And then we had another card spoiled, Contracted Hunter.
This
So
card.
just
This card as
another.
well.
It's basically a ground version of what we just saw with the ship. But his tags are really important.
It's a imagine if you had Forlong, right? But you only had to pay 3 for it, and you can play it in heroism decks.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that is literally what this card is because a lot of the times Forlom doesn't live to see the end of the round.
Hmm.
So it doesn't really matter that this defeats itself. All you're really using it for is to just clear the first turn play that your opponent did on the ground.
Yep.
Or you're trying to like trade into something like you could literally kill like K2SO, um the new 5/4 units that are like out there, the one that's in red that permanently ramps you, that 5/4 one, you can kill that with this for 3.
Is
You
it
can
Chem
kill
or
Forlom.
the new one?
Yeah, the new 5/4 stat for 4. The unit that like if your opponent has more resources than you ramp permanently. You put your top card of your deck into play as a resource. That card, you can kill the Moff Gideon, another 4 cost 5/4. Um, it's like it's gonna see play for sure. I have high doubts that it won't see play.
Hmm. Let's see if I can find it so we can pull it.
There he
Here we
is,
go.
right there.
Cham or Sham or Cham.
Yeah, Jam Sandula. Yeah,
Yep. Pretty
yeah, he's
cool.
gonna he's gonna eat that ambush right there.
Yep.
So like I pay 3, you pay 4. Like that is just stocks right there.
And we can go on a little tangent about some of these new cards. So like with this one, my idea is like if you're getting Han DJ'd or whatever and you're getting your resource stolen, this is kind of a counter to that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, kind of.
On the
I
four
would say yeah.
resource turn, that's probably happening.
Yeah, I mean, you can also ambush him out with ECL to take out that DJ, and you can use his one plate ability first to ramp you, and then ambush into DJ and get your resource back, and then suddenly, uh-oh, I've got
Yep.
more resources than you now. What happened there?
Yeah, no, and like, how many times in a game are you like, and maybe it's not happening all the time, but there's been times where like I draw into a hand and on a turn, and then I'm like, I don't know if I could afford to actually resource any of these. So like, if you're in red, you happen to be in red, and like you have to eat it, where you just can't resource that turn because those two cards you drew were like so important. If you're able to play this, that can offset that situation like that. I know it sounds a little situational, but I mean, hey, just another benefit for the card.
I mean, he's a 4 cost 5/40. He's just a stat monster, so I mean,
And he's above curve, yes, or so I don't say above curve, but he does have the 5 attack, and he's got the rebel tag. So I mean, could potentially be
yeah,
6, or even your fleet
it's a
lieutenant for
good
7.
it's a good Sabine card, I'd say.
Yeah, be interesting. I'm considering you don't really have to resource too many with Sabine, so playing this is like subtly being able to resource without have like kind of like what I said earlier, like having to sacrifice one of your good cards to be able to have
I mean,
this
yeah, Sabine beforehand
the card in your
for
hand.
like a 4 cost ambush. Like, if they were to use their ECL on, like, the 4 resource turn, like, it would be for, like, Forlom or not Forlom, sorry, for K2SO,
Hmm.
um, and that was only, like, 4 attack, and so that didn't really, like, that doesn't really hit the threshold of some of these 3/5s that are out there, like Han and stuff like that, but with, Cham Syndulla, you can take out the tech before they get that DJ out. That's really strong.
It's crazy. What was just
Yeah, same with
also what was just previewed or spoiled with Boba? There was a card that was like crazy that goes with Boba. It's a double
oh,
red
yeah, the
card,
new
right?
fire spray. Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
yep.
double red card, there it is right there. I would really wanna know, right? Anybody in the comments section, where is this art from? Where is this fire spray from? It's like a really cool looking red fire spray with like white stripes on it.
Yeah.
I've got to know where that's from.
I wouldn't know, but it kind of reminds me of what episode where Obi-Wan's chasing him. Was it episode 3?
Oh, where Django's trying to get
Chase down Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan?
Wonder if
Yeah,
it's like
that's
a
episode that's the second one. That's Attack of the Clones.
I wonder if that's
But
a
it's not that
cartoon
one.
version of it. Yeah, no, that model's different with the red and the white.
Yeah. That's a very I love the way that looks though, to be honest. That's and it's such a crazy card too. Double red, you pay 6, and then it doesn't come in ready. It's a 4/6, so
Hmm.
it's a little bit of like, underwhelming stats wise, but its ability on attack to ready this unit, my god, you can attack and then attack again, like double attack. That's just that is insane. And then like you can play this in the new Boba.
Hmm.
That's what I was thinking of anyways. You can play it deploy Boba into it, and then you just can double attack for like what, 4? Like, +4, so it'd be 8. You can just go attack for 8 and then attack again for 8, so, like, 16 damage.
Yeah, and then that red card that lets you ready the K turn.
Yeah, K-turn it won't work, I don't think,
Is he not? Does he not have the
on,
tag vehicle?
he does have the transport
Yep,
tag, but
yep,
it doesn't say, like, power 6 or less, though.
yeah. He only has
Yeah,
4.
so if you deploy oh, yeah, no, I was like, if you deploy Boba into it, then it won't work because 'cause you'll have 8 power then.
Losing the card. Anyway, fantastic stuff. So that gives Boba, the new Boba, a little bit of gas. Um, there was a lot of drama in the Florida Discord around this one.
Yeah, I think it's a bad honestly, I think it's funny, it's a really I love seeing big stuff, because
Hmm.
it gives us a challenge to, like, see
Get
if we
there.
can get there and we can actually make it happen. Same with Finalizer. I love Finalizer when I saw it because I just like when things are just ridiculous, like, just like it's like, wow, I mean how is that ever gonna happen? Like, it's a 12-12.
Yep.
Like, that is probably one of the units they were talking about, which is tied as the biggest unit that they got.
Yep.
And the art is just fantastic too. Like, I love that art.
Yep. Looks badass.
12-12 over it's a 12-12 overwhelm. When played on attack and when defeated, you create 3 TIE fighter tokens. So every time this thing touches the board or does something, it's gonna come in with some extra bodies. So this off the top of my head was probably meant for Vader because he wants to make a bunch of units, like these little TIE fighter tokens. But seeing as it's a capital ship, it can get discounted by Piet, and that's probably where I'd see this being played more. So it's in Piet, maybe Piet Blue, because this thing has a when defeated ability, and in Blue you have Krennic,
Yep.
so Krennic can discount those
Play it
when
for 9.
defeated. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
so
play it. I
if
mean,
Piet isn't dead at that time, because you're thinking about, okay, where am I at the 9 resource turn? Piet's probably already dead. Because what are you doing? On the 5 resource turn, you're sneaking in things like Chimera and maybe a Ruthless Raider early game if you're playing in red. Um, but blue might have the edge here, just if you're wanting to like close games with this. Which I mean, creating the TIE fighters is pretty cool, but late game, what are you doing with 1/1s?
yeah,
You know, I mean,
really. I
what
mean,
like this late in the game? What do you actually thematically probably really cool? Um,
you can play for 8 too if you get all the stars aligned there with
yeah,
Piet out and Krennic as well. I mean,
yeah, no,
I think it won't see play. I don't think it'll see play really in competitive decks, but I think it's a really funny card for Twin Suns as
I
well.
want to bring this into whoever in the Florida Discord might watch this when we post it. Um, I want to play it at locals just to be like, I told you it was good.
And it's a legendary too, right?
Yeah, I think just
Yeah,
the fact
definitely a
that
legend.
the board impact when played, okay, cool. I created 3 fighter tokens, but like there was discussion about, oh, you could time lead in. You're playing ECL. Well, no, that won't
I would
work, right?
definitely have Little Piet. Little Piet is the only way you're gonna get this to ambush.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you play small Piet somehow in the same turn that you're able to discount this, because like at that point you'd be paying 13 resources total to play small Piet and then play this out, and that's like late
But
game you're
that's what
already.
he'd have to already be out the
And
turn
by then,
before.
if you haven't won, you might be losing because like Piet's probably trying to win a
Exactly.
little bit earlier because when you're cheating big stuff in to close the game faster than your average mid range deck or late game deck. Pretty sick card though. I mean,
I love how it looks. I love how
yeah,
it's just I really want this to work, you know? It's
yep.
the executor. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Pretty badass there. Love that. What other juicy stuff was recently? I think this one was recently shown. The Radis.
Yeah.
While you control another resistance card, this gains Sentinel. So probably gonna be good in the 1 leader. What's her name? Resistance leader.
Uh, oh, oh
Admiral
my gosh.
Holdo.
Oh man.
Holdo.
Well, the Radis is like I think it's Holdo's ship, the
Yep.
one that
So
she
that.
ends up like kamikazing with.
Oh my god, it's such an epic scene in that movie.
What's
Oh
funny is like
man.
as soon as she did that, my dad I was watching it with my dad, and my dad goes, "You know, I think she'll pull through."
Oh yeah.
It's
And
so
then
funny, man.
how'd that
Oh
work
my
out?
god. Oh, it was just we were just joking around. Like she like kamikaze and the whole all the ships blew up, everything is like exploded, and he's like, "Yeah, I think she can make it. I think
Overall,
she's still."
I think overall the new leaders are bringing some spice to the game that we've needed for a couple sets. I mean,
Dude,
set
these are
3
like
was pretty.
the most powerful leaders, yeah, like I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, like if you get enough first order support, I mean, Phasma coming out on 5 is pretty good. I played a couple people using this deck and testing, and it was definitely interesting to see how it worked. And uh,
Yeah, I try to make it work, but there's just not enough for first orders right now. I don't think. Like I can't find enough.
I do
I'm pretty
love.
sure there's gonna be a lot more.
Oh yeah, yeah, there will be. I
Yeah,
don't even think we're
I
halfway
mean,
through all
there's
the
not enough.
spoilers, are we?
I don't think so. I can't. Off the top of my head, I can't figure that out.
Right.
But I mean,
Yeah.
Admiral Akbar as well. That's something that somebody had to convince me of is Admiral Akbar's abilities. His basically his action is like exhaust the non-leader unit. If you do, his controller creates an X-wing token, so that creates a 2/2. Somebody told me that it doesn't mean a enemy non-leader unit. So I was thinking what his ability was is to exhaust your enemy's units and give them a token, which like paying one for that too, it just felt like the worst thing ever. But if you
Mm.
have like a little tiny one cost, or like if you have something like, like a token or whatnot, and then Admiral Akbar, you can exhaust him and then just make another one on your board. So
Yep.
basically, you'll always have a unit there.
Yeah, and then there's the option to do it on their side, which I mean, maybe you're exhausting something huge.
Yeah, and
And
then giving
okay,
them
you're giving him a 2/2, but I mean, what if the situation's like you're stopping 8 damage or something? You're stopping something that's going to close the game. All right, I'll give you a 2 cost, so I have another action. So there's a little math involved there, and the color palette here is pretty interesting that he's in. So
Yeah, he gets access to the cunning
it's
cards, and
yep, it's
that
in
that
that
has
that tempo.
yeah. I mean, I gotta understand what FFG like. So I think somebody working in FFG, their favorite color has to be yellow.
Just because of all the broken cards that have been already
Yeah, like
spoiled
just
for it. Yeah.
it's just so funny how crazy they are.
Luke has been really fun in testing. I mean, using Trench Run on Luke while he's on a blue leader or a red
A blue
5.
base.
Uh,
Oh, blue leader,
yeah,
the
the
action
ship.
card.
Yeah, and just like being able to swing for 13 using Trench Run and like, okay, maybe you're doing a little bit of damage to yourself, but that's a game closer for sure. And then Poe, I've been able to play against in testing as well, and his action is definitely pesky and annoying to deal with. It feels like they always have something available.
Yeah.
Um, obviously with his action, um, it says that he's able to upgrade to a friendly vehicle unit without a pilot on it. So that means ground or space.
Yep.
So that could be used on whether you have something on the ground. And I don't really know like what low cost vehicle units on ground we have for this color palette, but
I mean, we've got quite a few. We've got quite a few. We've got see, well, there's blue leader. Blue leader can go to ground, and then you can deploy into that. We've got the just off the top of my head, the stolen land speeder is a vehicle. If you get that back, you can go turn one like just daring raid. You can go stolen land speeder daring raid, kill the land speeder, take it back. It's 4/3,
oh,
and then next turn you can deploy Poe into it, and it's in color too. So it's just a regular red card.
that's
So
so good. I'm excited to
yeah.
see what everybody brews up.
Honestly, the stolen land speeder off the top of my head now, that becomes like a 6/4, if you deploy
Hmm.
Poe into it on 2. So,
Yeah, we've been doing some testing with Set 4. It's been really fun. I'm excited to see more cars that get spoiled, and we'll be in the gauntlet, and we'll actually be posting some videos of some of the bouts that we have and some of these games we go through on TTS, so we can post more videos on stuff like showcasing how the new decks work and stuff like that. So I'm stoked.
yeah, you heard it here first. I'm gonna say Kazuda is absolutely ridiculously broken.
Well,
Yeah, he's gonna be an issue for sure.
we'll go into a final thoughts segment here before we close out the video, but really stoked to be getting videos out with you, buddy, and honestly the rest of the team will be getting more videos out to you guys on YouTube. Just going over all kinds of stuff Star Wars Unlimited. So right
Yeah,
now I think what we're planning is just we've got our website up. So TwoToBase.com is officially live. We're going to be posting some blogs in there with local talent in the Orlando area. We're just blessed to have a lot of really good players here. And it'd be interesting to see the thoughts of all the people like in the area, and what they think of all of what we're discussing with the new cars and the new sets coming out in the future of Star Wars Unlimited. So
yeah. This Orlando area is absolutely stacked. I mean, I can't imagine like just how many locals we have, like every day of the week practically.
yep, go into your locals, you're like, oh yeah, let me bring something fun. Like and just on the topic of locals, we went to locals yesterday, I brought Garsax in yellow, which I had never played before, but last week I had played against it and got absolutely destroyed. So I told myself I gotta try this deck. And I went 2-2. I ended up beating a Django and Sabine, and then I
Yeah.
lost against another Django, and then I lost against you. And then what were you
Yeah.
on?
Han Yellow on old Han Yellow.
Yep.
I
And you
tier picked.
went undefeated, and you came in first. Two first placements at a locals in a row, right?
Yeah, because then I did that on collective as well. I played Han Yellow and took first place there as well.
I mean, it's just
Who knew
showing.
DJ Tech
Yeah,
was really good.
it just shows that that deck's going to remain solid. And I mean, I know there's been discussion about like, is he worth banning, like all that stuff. But regardless, he's in the game. He's going to be in your face. He's going to show up until they do ban him, if they do. And to me, he's probably getting more upgrades in set 4 than he's getting downgrades for sure. Um,
Yeah.
Still going to be a problem. Still going to be a thing unless we hear about any rule changes. And as of right now, we're recording this on February 18th in the middle of the day. So we'll see. We'll see how things go and where it pans out when the new set comes out.
I mean, I'm all for, them making changes to make the game more fair and more fun. The DJ Tech combo seems there's like a line between like broken and toolboxy, and
Yep.
DJ Tech kind of fucking tap dances on that line. My bad.
Yeah.
I
It's all
think
good.
DJ Tech tap dances on that line, so you can edit that out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing against, you know that Han Yellow is going to be prevalent. I mean, it's kind of like Boss Blue. When Boss Blue exploded, people started to put in things to counter some of the mill strategies, and also some of the bounty strategies. So it's almost like the same thing. Like, okay, he's gonna take your resource. You got to have something to kill tech. And if you're late game and they're just playing DJ outright, because just playing DJ with Han isn't even a combo. It's just you're playing DJ, and then part of his process is blowing up a resource if you don't kill it that turn. There's options to remove it. Obviously, if you're not playing blue, and it might be a little harder, but there's ways around it. So who knows? We'll see where it goes. But yeah, awesome discussion, man. It was great chatting
Yeah,
with you guys. We'll see you again
yeah.
soon. Thanks for tuning in. If it's your first time here, feel free to like, subscribe. We'll be dropping more content for you guys. And yeah, that's all I've got. See y'all later.